Now we're going to be learning how to multiply fractions. So let me zoom in. I'm going to look at one question. To begin with, make sure your fractions only have a number on the top and a number on the bottom. Looking at question number 7, my first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to multiply it 1 times 4. I'm going to multiply the whole number times the denominator. I'm going to go 1 times 4. That's 4. And that I'm going to add that to the top. So I multiply 1 times 4, and my result I add it to the top. So that gives me a 5 on the top, and I'm going to keep the 4 at the bottom. All I was doing, I was making sure that I only had a number on the top and a number at the bottom. Now looking at my second parentheses, I just see a 2. I'm dealing with fractions. So let me change this to 2 over 1. I'm going to put a 1 at the bottom just so I have fractions. The next thing I'm going to be doing, I'm going to simplify. Simplify is choose a number from the top, a number from the bottom, and divide them by the same thing. You're trying to make the number small. I can see 2 and 4. I can divide each of them by 2. So once again, choose a number from the top, a number from the bottom, and divide them by the same thing to make them smaller. So I'm going to divide each of these by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. I cannot simplify anymore. So I'm just going to multiply straight on top. 5 times 1 gives me 5. At the bottom, 2 times 1 gives me 2. So I have 5 over 2. Now, our thing is that our number on the top should be smaller. So in this case, let me go 5 divided by 2. 2 goes into 5 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 minus 4 is 1. Now this 1 and this 2, I'm going to make it into a fraction, 1/2. So my answer is 2 and 1/2. My answer will also be positive since the parentheses, the number that was given originally, the two numbers are two negatives, right? When the signs are the same, my answer is positive. Make sure though, when you type in your homework, make sure you type in a space between the 2 and the fraction because your answer is 2 and 1/2. So once again, make sure you type in the space between the 2 and the 1/2. Let's take a look at question number 8. Looking at my first fraction, let me multiply these two. 5 times 5, that gives me 25, and I'm going to add that to the top. I'm going to get 28 over 5. My next fraction, I'm going to go 3 times 9, that's 27. I'm going to add that to the top, and that gives me 28 over 9. Try to simplify if possible. In this case, I cannot. I'm just choosing big numbers this time because there's something I want to show you. So I'm going to go, I cannot simplify anymore. So I'm going to go 28 times 28 on the top. That gives me 784. At the bottom, 5 times 9, that gives me 45. The big number is on top. So I'm just going to go 784 divided by 45. I use my calculator for that, and it tells me 17 point something. I'm just interested in the 17, not the point something. I go 17 times 45 equals 765. I subtract the 784 minus 765. That gives me 19. So my fraction will be 19 over 45. My answer in this case will be negative since the numbers inside the parentheses, the original numbers, what I got to begin with, they had different signs. My answer is negative. So my answer is negative 17 and 19/45. I want to show you how to deal with big numbers because some of you guys will be using the calculator when you do this. Remember, I just went 784 divided by 45 gave me 17 point something. I just saw the 17. I don't care about the point something because the point something is actually the fraction. All right, let's take a look at question number 9. Now let's deal with smaller numbers now. So I'm going to go 1 times 4 is 4, and that's what I'm going to add to the top. So my first fraction is 5 over 4. My second fraction is 3 over 10. Simplify if possible. 5 and 10. I'm going to divide each by 5. Remember, when I say simplify, choose a number from the top, a number from the bottom. It's okay if they come from the same fraction or different fractions. So 5 and 10, I'm going to divide each by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. Now multiply your numbers on the top. 1 times 3. At the bottom, 4 times 2. My answer is negative, since the signs were different. So it's negative 3/8. Now, how to type negative 3/8? I'm going to go negative 3 backslash 8. You're using the backslash for fractions. All right. One last example. I'm going to see this as 6 over 1 times 5 over 8. Simplify if possible. 6 and 8, I'm going to divide each by 2. All right, 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now I can easily multiply. On the top, I have 15. Right, 3 times 5. At the bottom, I have 4. Right, 1 times 4. I have a big number on the top, so I'm going to divide 15 divided by 4. Right, 4 goes into 15 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. I subtract this, my remainder is 3. So I'm going to call that my fraction going to be 3 over 4. You see where I got the 3, where I got the 4. And my answer in this case will be negative. Reason why is the parentheses, the numbers given to begin with, they had different signs. One of them was positive, one of them was a negative.